I need to fess. I need to fess up.
Yeah.
I need to fess.
Go on.
That's short.
Fess me.
It's short for confess.
I
Confession.
know. I need to fess
up. I don't. And I would say this now. I'll get it out of the way. I don't have a fact.
It's all right. Don't worry.
I've not got a fact for you today.
I've got one, and maybe we can just do one. We'll see how it goes. We have done one in the past. It's worked all right. It's very clear that people's least favourite element of the episodes is the facts. They don't like them. They're not true. They're a bit sort of they're poorly researched,
really badly researched.
We don't spend any time on them.
Exactly.
So sometimes I do if I can be bothered.
I couldn't even be bothered to lazily research something today.
Yeah,
it's not even a theme today either.
It's the most the most
no theme
forgotten
today.
No theme today. We can't reining it in really.
Listen,
theme, no fact. I tell you what, there's a little treat. We did a really short one today. Like really short, as in like is about to end.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a fact.
I'm happy to just bin mine.
No, keep yours. We've got to do one.
Got to do
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Lily, we got to do something, May. That's what I call
and that's
you.
only because I've got to do something. So
yeah,
I'm just passing
but I
the book.
mean,
well, we could do a 9-minute podcast.
We've got to do something. Do you know who said that? Hitler. Do you know that?
That was it.
That was how we got to power. Lily May says we've got to do something.
Yeah.
So, should we do an episode of Joe and James Fact Up?
Did you just have to read the script?
Oh, all right. Read the script.
For your own name, you had to read the script.
Oh,
Joe and James Fact Up.
That's crazy.
All right, welcome.
Well, for that I had to read it, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I just check in. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Joe and James Fact Up. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Joe and James, Joe and James, Joe and James, Joe and James Fact Up.
Welcome to Joe and James Fact Up. Each week we'll be bringing facts to one another. No, not this week. That we deem
each week. Joe
week
will be bringing fact to one James.
One James.
One James. I thought I'd make your name. I'd make your name singular as well.
One James, lots of James.
Yeah, one James. Yeah.
And exactly. Our policy is the more interesting, the more true it is. We'll also dig into the weird things that you'd like to think are true, but don't want to do the research yourself in a segment that we call Fact Check. So if you do want to send us in your facts, our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp number is 07822034330, and you can follow us on our socials at Joe and James Pod. And also, you can watch full episodes of this bloody podcast on a thing that I like to call YouTube.
That's what they're calling it.
All you need to do is search for Joe and James Fact Up. Now, let's get Fact Up. You guys have been sending in some stuff, some pretty fact up stuff for us to discuss. This is good. I wish I just read the first line of it. It just says it's here, good. Should police start doing arse prints? That's Jack, who got in touch with us on the WhatsApp there. Jack says, afternoon,
they're underfunded
chaps.
as it is. I don't think that's not going to help recruitment.
I think it would.
But yeah,
I think people would be more interested.
Around schools. All right, kids. It's not all. It's not all catching serial killers. We do have a laugh. Look at this. Arse prints.
Here's a load of famous serial killers' arses.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack says, afternoon, chaps. Jack here, routine podcast listener. Months ago, in one of your early episodes, you mentioned toilet etiquette.
Just a bit.
You spoke about what the rules are on. Oh, by the way, I was in the pub yesterday.
It's horrendous.
There was no effort at all to get the piss anywhere near the toilet.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's like...
It was really depressing, man. And I needed a piss all the way home from the pub as well.
If that's what you're... If that's how you're aiming your piss... You shouldn't be allowed to get behind the wheel of a car.
It would have been,
it's madness.
It would have been easier getting the piss in the toilet to where it was. Anyway, you mentioned toilet etiquette. You spoke about what the rules are on wiping the seats of the toilets before and after use. For example, how much piss is too much piss to wipe off a toilet seat before you bottle it and go somewhere else? Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I think before you lose your nerve and go somewhere else.
Oh, I see.
I thought he was talking about bottling piss.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I
walked into my workplace toilet today, and in a seething rage.
Yeah.
We have 2 cubicles, one of which has a broken toilet that wobbles an awful lot. Usable, but mostly avoided. I entered the other cubicle to drop the kids off.
Drop off the kids at the pool. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was literal poo stains and pubes all on the toilet seat. Oh,
Poo on the seat.
Yeah. This is my place of work, not a backstreet pub.
Yeah.
Please tell me why a person leaves stains from their sweaty arse on the toilet seat and doesn't seem to think that they should remove it before the next user, especially since the only other toilet is broken. Police should create arse prints as an addition to fingerprints so you can identify these morons. Yeah. Thanks, Jack. I'll also would argue that you probably could use fingerprints as well.
You could probably, they probably have. Yeah. Unless they're donning.
Are there
if you're putting on a pair of gloves, but then also putting shit on the seat, you are a psychopath.
Does the arse have a print?
It's a really good question. I don't think it does.
It can't have all the little grooves and stuff of a fingerprint.
I think that would have come out. I think criminals would think. Well, criminals don't generally do crimes with their arse out. No. So maybe it's so it's like, so if you're doing a crime, you're like, do you remember to wear gloves? I did.
Yeah.
Do you remember to cover your arse? Oh, I forgot.
No.
Oh, I should have worn pants.
I'm just
always wear pants.
I'm just gloves and
that's why criminals always wear pants. And if you see somebody who is wearing pants, they're a criminal.
Yeah.
They're a criminal. Like because they're trying to
almost guarantee that criminals will wear the old pants there.
They almost always do. And you know why?
Apart from when they're on the toilet.
Apart from on the toilet. Yeah, okay. I agree with this. It's terrible. I don't understand how you can get poo on the seat.
That's really bad, man.
Your arsehole is nowhere near the seat. It's nowhere near the seat.
I think what's happened is that the toilets, the state of this toilet at this guy's workplace has been getting worse and worse, so that people are now starting to hover over the toilet seat when they're taking a shit because they don't want to touch the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And it's just got away from them. It's become a thing, hasn't it?
Yeah. But
do you think anyone's got
really
the same
confusing.
Two like cheeks that if you were to see an imprint you would not be able to tell the difference?
I don't think so. I don't think they've got the lines and the grooves of a fingerprint. I think that's why they use fingerprints.
What about the shape of the anus?
That might. I mean, there would be. I think there would be differences, but I don't think there would be a conclusive. I don't think it's 1-to-1. Whereas a fingerprint is. Is it 1-to-1? It is, isn't it?
I think they're unique, aren't they?
Even twins, even identical twins.
Is that right?
Different fingerprints.
They. I like that Lily May's. I think you just brushed over. I think you moved too quickly past.
I heard her say, "What about the anus?"
yeah, you did hear that as well.
I think that was unrelated. That was.
I think Lily May's just on a phone call. What about?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's in the script. It says, "What about the anus?" What was the question Lily May? What do you think? If you saw two, if you saw them, would you actually be able to say that's a specific person?
Yeah,
I don't think so. But what about the anus? Which is what we haven't discussed. I think that was the Sex Pistols. That was going to be their second album. Never mind the bollocks. What about the anus? They split up before they got around to doing it.
It's a tragedy. Yeah, they had a couple of tracks recorded, but then it all fell apart. Well, I mean, I can tell how angry Jack is because he is talking about getting the police
Jack,
involved.
He must have been furious. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think this is probably civil court rather than criminal court. I'm not sure you should be sent to prison. I think you should be fined. So I think it's more of a warden. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. You could take the stool sample to identify someone as well.
You could take a stool sample. And take it to.
That's going to work much better, isn't it? Obviously, if there's some shit there, you can use that.
Less fun though.
Less funny, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's really difficult because basically, just in order to go to the toilet,
if this episode isn't called "What About the Anus,"
noted.
I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
Also, Also, I'd always assumed that it was basically just men who were rubbish. But Hannah says sometimes she goes into female toilets and there's wee on the seat.
Listen, women can be filthy.
Women are filthy.
Yeah.
But I'd always assumed it was just a handling problem with the penis.
I think 9 times out of 10 is.
I think it's generally, and I do think that. I mean, it does seem that
even the.
To be honest, I just can't imagine the women's toilet being worse. I can't imagine it being worse than the state I've seen of men's. Like more than that, you're talking about a war zone.
I do like to sit down to wee so that there's no mistakes.
Yeah.
Because even when you're really trying hard to aim, sometimes it can get away from you. I don't know why men don't sit down to take a piss.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something.
No, I do.
Well,
now.
there's plenty.
Honestly,
there's plenty of stuff wrong with mine, but mine does. It doesn't. It's not as much of a stream as I'd like it to be.
Well, I get situations where it just isn't. It's kind of half sealed up, and then you kind of
stuff coming out,
and there's stuff coming out the sides.
Yeah. Is that just me?
No, it's not just you. It's me as well. And it is. It is flawed. It isn't very good at doing. The other thing is, I have to shake so much. There's so much fucking left in there. I have to. Am I supposed to be having to wipe that much? But I just have to
I have to really shake.
The actual piss. That's only about 80% of the urine.
Yeah,
the rest of it's still in the
pump.
Still in the pump. You're
yeah,
Jesus.
And I do, and I shake, right?
And also, in a way, that's why I've stopped using urinals as much because I have to shake so much.
I have to,
but it's just weird.
But there's been some times where I have shook a lot. I'm like, right, got to really get you all out here.
Yeah.
Pop the fella back in the old pants there.
Yeah.
And then it just goes.
I know. A whole other bit. Yeah, I know.
There was a little bit at the back of the cock that just sort of managed to make its way.
It's like, can you all come out at once?
Yeah.
Don't some of you hang around at the back of the room?
I remember
people trying to get locked in a museum or something. Just all come out now.
I remember Greg Davis was telling me. I think he had a camera up his knob or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
And then he said he went for his first piss, and he said it was just like emptying a bucket of water. He said it just all came out at once. He said it wasn't a stream. I wasn't there for about 20 seconds, just pushing it out. It was just as if you'd unlocked a dam or something. It just went just straight into the toilet.
Oh God.
But yeah, no. Maybe let's look into that, Jack. Let's try and find out if we can do some arse printing. We've got another message here as well. It's a snake update from Chris. My memory's so bad. Has Chris written to us before? I assume so.
No, it's actually about Joe spoke about snakes a few episodes ago.
Okay, yeah.
And kind of how they were sort of weird, but they get away with it.
Right.
And basically that has sparked a response.
Okay. So good day, fellas. Big fan from Wagga Wagga in Australia. Their names.
Wagga Wagga.
They're just the town names in Australia are brilliant.
They're amazing.
As an Australian, I'm a big fan of snakes. Something Joe said about snakes reminded me of a couple of snake facts. Joe spoke about poisonous snakes in a recent episode. Poisonous means you're harmed from eating it. So typically you would say snakes are venomous.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's right.
Yeah.
He is right.
You can't get stung by a snake because snakes bite.
Yes, that's
true.
But
that's Chris Morris. I say typically because, and here is fact number 1. There are a few snakes that are poisonous and you cannot eat. So if some dickhead Australian hassles you online for saying poisonous snakes, you can tell him to fuck off because some snakes are in fact poisonous.
Well, okay.
Fact number 2 is that snakes don't have ears. I knew that. I knew that one. So it's funny as fuck when I see tourists shouting at snakes to try and scare them away. And my third and final fact is that snakes actually do have ears. Oh fucking hell!
He's had you.
He's Chris, you've done me there, man.
Both these facts are little Russian doll facts where actually inside the refutation is the thing that you originally believed.
They have an inner ear
that
they use for balance, but they don't have an outer ear, so sounds won't bother them. So no need to be afraid of snakes, Joe. Just leave them the fuck alone. Don't try eating them, and you'll be fine. from Chris. Chris also says, P.S. Joe, I'll be in London in late July if you're keen for a pint, which I'm sure Joe will turn up to. Not meaning to exclude you, James. I would love to have a pint with you too. But after hearing Joe's story early on about loving to have pints, well, I don't think he said loving to have pints with randos, I thought I might try my luck. Yeah, Joe will probably turn up to that. I won't, because I'm normal.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll wing you some dates, Chris, and we'll work something out.
What do you want to do, Joe? Should we do? Should we get into fact checks, seeing as though we're doing correspondence?
Well, I have to say, there's a very good little section of facts, and in a way, it had the style of an essay where you begin with a straw man, and then you say, well, of course, this is all rubbish. But then in your conclusion, you kind of turn it back around again. And you say, but in the end, maybe that supposition that we began with, maybe that really is true. And there's a kind of wisdom of crowds thing. And both of those, there's 3, but actually I'd say it's almost 4. It has that structure. And then just on the ears thing, geckos and lizards of various kinds, they actually genuinely have, I think I haven't said this on here before, they genuinely have a third eye kind of in the middle of their head. And so when people talk about like the third eye, the sort of yoga thing, I think it's probably not connected. And I don't think these geckos are doing yoga, but they have, you can't see it, but underneath the skin there's a sort of partially formed, it's a bit like the inner ear. There is this partially formed third eye. So what I'm saying is, to these lizards, get yourself down to a yoga center near you, and actually it'll make a lot of sense to you because you do actually have a third eye.
Are you going to go for a pint with Chris?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'll do a podcast with him as well.
Brilliant. All you do have to do is ask Joe, and he does, and he agrees to stuff.
Yeah, just whatever you don't ask, don't get. Do ask, do get.
Yeah. Let's move on to fact check.
Right.
We'll hold off your amazing fact.
Oh, it's a good one, and it's a return. Well,
yeah.
It links up in at least 2 ways.
Just say it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. This is fact check. Do we have a fact check jingle or anything?
No. I mean, we can make one if you want.
I feel like we should.
Do you want to say something that might go into it?
Can you check this for me, please? Yes. All right.
What about the anus?
What about the anus? Do people recognize other people from a print of their anus?
Yeah, perfect.
It's bizarre, isn't it, man?
That's sort of like...
Imagine if that was the jingle for fact check.
I mean, I think it's going to be.
Okay.
That's good as is in my eyes.
Okay, that's the jingle. It's so quick, isn't it? We really get through a lot of work, don't we?
Yeah.
It's because we just accept anything.
So this is fact check. This is where where you give us a question. It's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know what to do. You're gonna give us something to get to the bottom of.
That's the jingle.
I'm trying to
the jingle. No, we don't need to do the jingle because we've already done it.
Move on.
The jingle was recorded live.
Or is this still the jingle?
This is the jingle.
We jingle Inception.
It might be.
I'll tell you what. Fact about Inception. I spoke about Christopher Nolan, like how I can't be in his films. I literally don't understand Inception, even as a viewer.
Yeah.
Forget about being in it. I didn't, and never will understand it.
Well, it's just
and let's just leave it there.
Dreams within dreams, isn't it? They go into dreams.
There were too many, man. They
go into someone's dream.
3. It should be 3 max.
Yeah. They go into someone's dream, and then they fall asleep in that dream.
Yeah, I got that. But then there is a point where I'm like, no, I can't do that anymore. It was like I could do GCSE maths, but not A-level maths, really. I only got a B. I got a C in my second year.
Right.
I was carried through by my A in the first year. And Inception felt like that. I was like, yeah, I can't. This is too hard now.
Yeah.
I should have just done the AS level.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Don't understand it. Literally don't understand it. Imagine seeing a film. I don't understand it. I'm supposed to be an actor. I don't understand films even when I watch a film.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like. It's like being somebody who's supposed to be designing cars and you don't even know how to drive a car, or something, or not even.
It's like Garth Marenghi.
It's like it's when you're meant to be an aeronautical engineer and you can't even pronounce the word plane.
Garth Marenghi. who's written more books than he's read.
Yeah, exactly.
I've written more books than I've read. One of the few authors that have written more books than they've read. Anyway, it is fact check, as you could tell from the
jingle.
From the jingle there. We'll be reading a fact or a question that you'd like us to get to the bottom of, and then we're going to have a good little think during the break, and then we'll come back and let you know how true it feels to us and decide whether it passes our fact check. So this week's fact check comes from Peter, who sent us a WhatsApp. Peter says, "Hey, Joe and James, I saw a post on social media that claimed that in Victorian Britain, the lowest form of accommodation was access to a rope to bend over and sleep on, and it cost around a penny. Apparently it was used by drunken sailors who spent all their dosh on getting pissed. The post said this is where the phrase hungover was coined. I'm hoping you'll find this to be an interesting and therefore true fact, and puts being in the doghouse into perspective."
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to discuss that message from Peter.
Joe and James, fact up.
Welcome back to Joe and James Fact Up. We were just fact-checking on behalf of Peter, who asked, does the term hungover come from Victorian Britain, where drunken sailors would literally hang over a rope to sleep? Yes.
It's true. It's true.
It's absolutely true. They'd rent out like a yard of rope or something like that for a penny, because it was sort of nicer than just sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
And you'd have rows of people.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it, so I know for a fact it's true.
That's amazing.
I've seen actual pictures.
I've never seen a picture. I have read about it in Down and Out in Paris and London by George Orwell, which a lot of that is about accommodation and the various kind of lower rungs on the accommodation ladder. And I think this is definitely the worst before you get to just sleeping on the ground.
I'm sure I've seen the same thing that Peter has seen on Instagram or something. I've also seen YouTube videos about it as well. The sort of Simon Whistler YouTube videos. He's a good guy. I'm sure I've mentioned him before. He does sort of mega projects and he does a lot of fact. But his stuff is good. And this is one of the things.
So
that
he's bothering to do facts even though we're covering it so extensively.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I think we are gonna.
I just feel bad because
drive him out of business at some point.
Him out of business.
No, I think he's. I think he is responsible for 80% of YouTube. Simon Whistler. Right, he's honestly got about 4,000 YouTube channels.
I've never actually. I probably have.
Get into it, man. He's good.
Yeah.
And he also does a thing called. I think one of his channels is called. I think it's called Brain Blaze, where he sort of, relaxes a little bit. Because he's quite, all his other stuff is like talking about dark facts or talking about prisons or talking about awful things that have happened or mysterious things.
Yeah.
Or big buildings that are about to be built or something like that, or tragedies that have happened to the past. They're all very factual, very interesting videos he makes, and he's got a different channel for different genres of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But he's got this one called Brain Blaze, where he just sort of kicks off his shoes a little bit and goes a bit silly, and that's good fun as well.
Gets a little bit freaky.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big Whistler fan.
Yeah. Top off?
Top doesn't come off.
No. That's what I'd do.
The top doesn't come off, no.
Just,
well, Simon Whistler, if you're listening.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Whistler. If you're a listener. What?
Yeah.
Then get your top off. No, but that is true. It's definitely true. It's definitely true, Peter. That is fact. That is so fact it hurts.
Yeah, it's and it hadn't occurred to me that would be where the hangover. But again, that sounds.
I don't even.
That sounds extremely plausible. I mean, these sailors, they really did just spend all their money on. I don't think it was just
sailors. I think it was. I think.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I think it's.
Well, it's the clues in the name, drunken sailor.
Well, it's funny.
If they're not spending their money on booze, then they can't be a drunken sailor by definition.
Yeah.
I wonder what their anuses are like.
Sailors did seem to spend so much. There was
sailors' tits. What
sailors,
did you say?
No, sailors. There's a place on the Isle of Sheppey called Bluetown that used to have I think I have literally mentioned it here. It had the most. I've said this before on here. Had the most pubs of the highest concentration of pubs anywhere in the country, and it's because with sailors they just come off and they just spend all their money immediately in the pub. It's like, but it's so it seems to be I guess they just can't wait to have an absolutely massive one. They've been on a boat for.
Yeah.
Have they not got booze on the boat? Have they got rum? Sure, have they got rum?
Yeah, I think so.
But they just want a beer.
But I think it's weak, is it not?
Well, have you heard Tapping the Admiral? Have you heard that little story?
I do it frequently.
Yeah.
I tap the Admiral a couple of times a day.
Yeah. I just can't drop off if I haven't paid a visit to
exactly.
to the Admiral in his quarters. No, Tapping the Admiral is there's a pub called Tapping the Admiral in Camden.
Right.
And the idea is that when Nelson died, they preserved his body in a barrel of rum. But then they were like,
I've heard that, yeah.
Anyone else getting a little bit thirsty for a bit of rum? Then
they drank
we'll take a little bit.
Yeah. I've heard that. Have you told me that
Tapping
before?
The Admiral, probably. I think both those things I've
heard that.
literally said before. But
Queen Lily May, should we throw it over to you?
Yeah.
This is cut and dry. This is
fact up. This is fact up.
If the gloves don't quit, you must have quit.
Also, I have to say,
if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. It's really simple, this one.
Exactly. He's innocent. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And quite.
If the gloves don't quit, is what I said.
If those gloves just don't quit.
Those gloves. She's got some gloves that don't quit. What does that mean, by the way? I know it sounds a bit 50s, sort of about 50. Like,
if you got like
she's got an ass that don't quit.
I think what it means is I can't stop thinking about it.
Right.
Like, I don't quit.
Right.
It's not really the arse's fault.
It doesn't stop being.
The arse has quit.
No, but the arse doesn't stop being great.
It doesn't stop being an arse.
Being a beautiful arse.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, how could it stop being an arse?
Yeah.
What else could it possibly be?
What happens when an arse does quit?
I don't even want to know because they just have a big gap there and it will fall down.
Is it just like two deflated balloons?
If your arse quits, you're really in trouble because it's got so many responsibilities.
Do you know? Have you ever watched King?
Maybe that's the problem with the toilet. Maybe the arse had
King
quit.
of the Hill.
The person was like, "I'm very sorry, my arse quit." My arse didn't come into work today, and that's why.
Yeah.
And I have texted, but I can't get through. They're just not picking up.
Yeah.
So I can't. So I've had to do a shit anyway. But my arse has quit. Can we leave this till tomorrow? We're hoping my arse will be back in, and then take it up with them. What were you saying about King of the Hill?
Have you seen King of the Hill?
No.
It's a cartoon. It's quite funny.
No, but
one of the main character, Hank. He medically doesn't have an arse, so he has to start wearing these two little sort of saline pouches because he's getting really bad back problems.
So they're kind of like arse implants,
yeah,
sort of.
Yeah,
interesting.
But Queen Lily May, sorry, don't make that.
What?
You're not allowed to do that.
What?
Well, I know this is going badly.
It's not going bad. I don't even think it is going bad.
But I can't.
Do you mean the podcast?
Yeah,
no,
it's not going bad.
I can't turn around and look at you going.
I was really
blowing air out.
Like, Lily May, we need a poker face from you.
Yeah, we need you. We need you to go.
I can't say enough that was not about what was going on.
Yeah, you don't go to your kids' nativity play and sit in the. Yeah, obviously it's shit, but that doesn't mean you betray your emotions to all and sundry, broadcasting far and wide.
You misunderstand. I was looking at my laptop. I was reading my laptop, and that is what I was.
Okay.
What's yeah?
Okay.
Right.
You're not going to be happy is why I was exhaling, because so it's commonly referred to as a hangover because of the 2 penny hangovers, but there is no solid evidence for that being the origin of it. And in fact, a little bit of research from an article from The Guardian says a hangover was first described more than 3,000 years ago by Sustra Hamitra, an Indian textbook on medication, and it was described as parmanda, and it was a post-drinking condition that was characterised by thirst, pain in the head, and joint pain.
Yes,
heaviness of the body, and had
but they didn't call it a hangover.
Yeah, they didn't call it a hangover. We're not.
Can I finish?
I don't know whether you. I don't know actually.
Am I?
Yes. I'm not. It's not. I just.
Can I finish?
Yes.
I am angry. I am furious.
Yes.
Listen,
no. It's only because.
Can you see why I was exhaling?
Yeah.
I'm not happy about saying this.
Yeah.
I'm not pleased about this.
Well, keep going.
But the word hangover had become more associated with alcohol in the past century, and it apparently first appeared in the English vocabulary in the 19th century as an expression for describing unfinished business from meetings. It was not until the early 1900s that the word cropped up as a reference to alcohol.
Right.
Is what it says.
Do you know what?
Here.
Right. I sort of forgot that we were trying to get to the bottom of the term hangover.
Right.
I thought he was just talking about those. I thought it was more about the rope, because I know for a fact that those ropes are real.
And I looked into that, and they are true, obviously.
Yeah.
And they used to have a thing called penny sit-ups, so you'd sit up for 1 penny, and then you'd have the two penny hang, so it'd be more comfortable, and you'd give the extra penny to have. But
that's
hang.
Yeah. But also they would also have you'd rent a space out on a bench.
Yes, that was the penny sit-up.
And and they'd put the rope across everyone so they could just sort of lean forward, but there'd be all these people on a bench.
Yeah.
But the rope would go across their chest.
And that was cheaper.
And
yes.
Yeah.
But that's weird because you're sitting down, aren't you? Like, so you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I
don't know.
So the penny
I don't know
sit-up is that
anything
you would
anymore,
that you would sit up on a bench all night.
But
and the idea is that folding over would be more comfortable.
Okay.
The more I think about the hangover is that it's just something that's carried on going from the previous day.
Yeah.
So you feel the way you're feeling now because of what you did yesterday. It's hanging over from yesterday. It's still with you.
So there are types of hangover that aren't actually related to alcohol. Just like I've heard, there are types of umami that aren't actually related to food.
Right.
I heard that.
What's umami?
Umami is the delicious savoury flavour.
Yeah. Right.
So like the taste of cheddar cheese or something. Like just that lovely kind of
miso.
Miso.
Has wasabi got it?
Is that more?
Not as much. That's more
umami.
hot.
Spice, yeah.
Okay. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened the last couple of years of my life. Every time I brush my teeth now, I taste wasabi.
Right.
The toothpaste tastes of wasabi to me. This is a really fucking weird thing. I probably
It's
maybe
like
shouldn't.
coming out of the twits.
I maybe shouldn't have brought it up now. But I keep like brushing my teeth.
God.
I'm like, God, that tastes a bit like wasabi. And I've not had any sushi. I haven't had any sushi for ages.
Have you tried a different toothpaste?
No, I've had the same toothpaste. I know what toothpaste I like. I've had it for years. It's blue.
Yeah.
It stains everything. I get told off by Claire for using it, and she keeps telling me I should change my toothpaste, and I've said no to her.
Do you reckon then she's spiked your toothpaste to make you stop using it?
Do you reckon?
I mean, potentially.
That makes sense. To be fair,
That makes logical sense to me.
Started. So how long has it been going on for?
the last couple of years.
What's good about health stuff, and I always say this to Hannah, is that like, if it's been going on for like 6 months, you need to see a doctor. But if it's been going on for like 20 years, then you just go, well, it would have.
This is life, isn't it?
Happened by now.
Such is life.
Yeah. So what I always say that to Hannah, I'm like, look, you don't understand. I'm not going to improve. Just wait.
Yeah.
And then you'll get used to all of it.
That's it.
Just get used
I know,
to
but you do.
Yeah.
But you can. You can obviously. What's the opposite of improve?
Degenerate.
Is that right?
I mean, she's got that to look forward to.
But I
as
wouldn't
well.
say. I would just say to you, your argument of saying, "Listen, Hannah, I'm not going to improve," so that gives her the hope that maybe you're set. Then.
Oh, I see. No, I haven't said that. No.
No. Okay.
I've just said there's a low ceiling. Doesn't mean there's a high floor.
Okay. Is this when you're in bed? Is it?
Yeah. It's
Hannah. I'm not going to improve.
Yeah. It's. Where were we with this?
I don't know. No,
So-
we've
So
hangover.
come round to the meaning of hangover.
Yeah, hangover.
Okay, but by the way,
hangover, maybe
also,
not,
all
but
that
but
stuff-
those rope things were.
Can I
real.
just say also that idea of like actually people didn't like how they felt the next day, even 3,000 years ago. That's neither here nor there. I know that people felt bad after they'd had drinking.
Yeah.
The previous night,
Yeah.
after they'd had drinking the day of the night of the previous day and night, that the bad the people felt, and no I then that in, but like that's got nothing to no.
They came up with a word for it though.
nobody ever has said that no one got drunk until the 1920s.
Yeah.
Nobody said that.
I didn't get what you meant going back 3,000 years, to be honest with you, mate.
Listen.
There's a description of a hangover 3,000 years ago.
Thank you.
Of course there is. Of course there is. Was it called a hangover? No. So why am I being troubled with it during this part of the podcast?
It's context. It is context.
Look, listen, in Lily May's defence...
It's not Lily May's fault.
I didn't bring a fact in.
I'm feeling like it's my fault right
No,
now.
it's not your fault.
I've not brought a fact in, so...
You haven't done a fact.
Lily May's padded out, you know...
This is a regular feature. This is the normal part.
No, but you did go back...
check.
You did... We were sort of talking about hangovers, and you went, there is records of hangovers 3,000 years ago. And I think Joe's point is, yeah, obviously.
Of course,
You
yeah.
think I'm
We're talking
filling
about...
for
We're talking about
time?
the...
I think that's what it
You
is,
think
yeah.
I'm
We're talking
filling?
about it's like me saying, oh, the word dinosaur was invented by the Victorians, and then someone going, oh, well, there were dinosaurs 60 million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but they weren't called dinosaurs.
No, they weren't calling each other dinosaurs, were they?
They weren't, yeah. They were going, oh, well, good morning, dinosaur. How are you?
Wow.
Like a load of chefs.
Yeah.
I apologise.
No, it's not your fault. It's somebody's feeding you. I don't know whether something's happened to the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've got a fact that you'd like us to get to the bottom
Anyway,
of, head to the episode's description for all the ways to get in touch.
okay.
Joe, do you want to take a breather, or do you want to get stuck
I'm
into
happy to
your
go on,
fact?
actually.
All
I'm happy
right,
to go on.
Love it.
So look, there's no theme, but I've been reading a book, and it has been mentioned in the comments. So it's called Goliath's Curse by Luke Kemp. He's an Australian. We always seem to talk about Australia in the end. I don't know why.
It always comes around to either anus or Australia.
We either talk about poo, animals, or Australia.
Yeah.
That's the podcast.
That's the podcast. That's
Yeah.
what it should be called, really.
Yeah.
From
From animals to Australia.
animals to
To
Australia
anus.
via
Anus.
anus,
From-
yeah,
Triple
yeah,
A.
yeah, triple A.
Anus, Australia, animals.
Animals, yeah, yeah. So it's a really interesting book, and I had no idea this was true, but there is a region, in the sort of northwest China, North Thailand. What do you say? Thailand, kind of northeast
Thailand.
Pakistan. There's this whole area.
Like Ireland.
Ireland.
I'd say Thailand.
Ireland. I was once in a play where I threw an Irish accent, and a really nice actor called Aidan. McCardle. Aidan McCardle. He was really sweet. And I was doing an Irish accent. He's Irish, and he said, "You're doing a good job. You are." But he said, "There's a few words you could work on." One of them was literally the word Ireland.
Right.
And I
There
felt
is
like,
more to Ireland than this.
Anyway, he was being. I think he was being rather nice to me. But
Yeah.
I appreciate that he was like, well, first of all, Ireland. You're saying that wrong,
Yeah.
and that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do an Irish, it's got very, very deep R. That Ireland. It's right at the
Yeah.
back of the throat, and it's a bit like the American art, and that's why Irish people are good at doing American accents.
Yes. I also...
In a way, the New York
Claire,
accent is so much like an Irish accent.
Claire and I would assume a lot of Scottish people
Yeah.
don't like how if people were doing trying to do a Glaswegian accent in a
Yeah.
funny way, the way they say Glasgow, because the joke is like Glasgow.
Yeah.
Glasgow.
I have heard people from Glasgow say it that way.
Glasgow.
Yeah.
I've had it on good authority.
Well, they never say that.
They don't say Glasgow. They say Glasgow.
Glasgow.
And even I'm
Glasgow.
doing that badly. But
Yeah.
as far as I'm
It's
aware,
a really hard accent.
if you
to do.
did,
If you
apart
said
from
that-
apart from what you're just saying, if you said Glasgow to a Glaswegian, they'd be a bit annoyed.
Okay. I'm just going to stick to saying Glasgow.
Glasgow,
Just the
Like
normal,
Moscow.
The normal, like Moscow. Yeah.
Moscow.
I'm just going to stick to saying Edinburgh.
Americans, they really do. They really did. They do. They've really sort of. What's the word I'm trying to say? I'm so tired, Joe.
No, it's
I'm
all right.
lost.
I'm just trying to work out what area of
No, but the cow
your
bit.
mind,
The cow
your-
bit in Moscow.
Moscow.
Yeah.
They're quite
They've se-
literal, aren't they?
Yeah, they've seen the cow.
Moscow.
COW, and they call it Moscow.
Moscow. Yeah.
But it's Moscow.
They've got.
Surely.
They don't talk proper. They've made lots of mistakes.
I saw a thing.
There's a great number of mistakes.
I saw a thing on my Instagram. There was some bloke, I think from Iran or Iraq or something. He was going, by the way, it's not Iran, Iraq.
Yeah.
It's Iran. Iran.
Yeah, Iran.
Iran.
Do you know why it's called Iran?
Go on.
Because it's the home of the Aryans.
Ooh.
So they aren't. No, but they are.
A big reaction.
Iran.
To something I didn't understand at all whatsoever.
Iran, the founding of the modern state of Iran. This is just the rest of this history.
Yeah.
They're like, we are not an Arab nation, we're an Aryan nation. And it's interesting because with Aryan, we think of that as being a sort of, apart from all the Nazi bullshit, but like as a kind of European thing. But then I know this is the land of the Aryans. So it's just, I don't know, everyone's got their own little ideas about where they come from. And they all think they're more important than everyone else. But yeah, they're like, but we're not, they're I feel like in the West, a lot of people lump Iran in with the Arab nations, and actually they would be like, not only are we not an Arab nation, in a way we define ourselves sort of against them. They're kind of our opponents.
Yeah, Iran's they've got an incredible history though.
Amazing history.
Persia and
absolutely amazing history.
Maybe we should do a little Persian theme.
Oh, that'd be good.
You could go anywhere with it though.
Be great.
Yeah.
Ancient Persia and modern day Iran. They're not having a bit of a difficult time at the moment, but
was it Solomon?
Was that
Solomon the Great?
There was.
Who was the one that during the Crusades, and he sort of
this is too.
They ended up being Pali.
I can't. Yeah. Was it Saladin?
Saladin, that's it. Saladin.
Yeah.
And
there's a bit in that film where they meet the leper king of Jerusalem, and he's like, "Oh, I beat Saladin, so I did." Did I really? Did I really, mother? I suppose I did.
Who's the king?
And he's got a golden mask on. Behind that mask, I think it's an absolute horror show, to be honest. It's got that.
It's King Richard, wasn't it? King Richard became pals with him.
Richard the Lionheart.
Yeah. Did they become sort of pals? Because there was like this, there was bits where they'd meet up for battle or something, and Saladin would go, mate, I don't fancy it. I don't fancy it, yeah. I don't fancy it if I was you.
He was pretty good, Saladin. I think the Christians were shit.
Yeah,
they lost every battle. They'd never... And then they'd go, oh, we haven't won that. Let's just beat up someone else.
Well, the first crusade
don't do that. Just go home.
Genuinely a joke.
Yeah. They failed in their missions. They're like, let's just attack some other people.
Yeah.
And like, well, no, don't just... I know you're all excited, but like, you need to call it a day. Like, you can't just... The other people haven't done anything. The first people haven't really done anything, but at least that was the aim of the game.
It was the People's Crusade, the Peasants' Crusade.
They do crusades on everyone. They did a crusade against the Hussites. They were in Czechoslovakia.
Right.
That's not Jerusalem, is it?
No.
Not by a long chalk. Not by a long chalk.
Have you done your facts?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
So basically, there is a region. I'd never fucking heard of it. This is a region. It is 2.5 million square kilometers. It has 100 million people in it. If it was a country, it would be the 10th biggest country by area in the world. It is simply an area. It is stateless. It is not governed. It has no obvious central authority. 100 million people live there. In the book, it's referred to as Zomia. It's kind of in the sort of Tibet, Nepal, like high, I think it's called the East Asian something massif. I'd never heard of it. It's 100 million people, not a country, not a state. It blew my mind. I'd never.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's just kind of.
It's not a part of China.
No, it overlaps. Because I was saying, it overlaps these countries, but of course it doesn't really overlap the countries because the countries don't overlap it because there isn't authority in it. But, and it's various people who, for all different reasons, live there. Normally because they are probably fleeing an authority under which they do not wish to live.
Right.
And it's. I just had no idea. It was extraordinary.
You wouldn't think something like that would exist in this day and age.
You would not think it would exist.
Because I assume, like what you're saying, there's no central government, there's no real sort of rules or what. No. They're sort of just getting on with it themselves. Yeah. So I assume there's no army.
No.
So land mass, land that much will have some resources and stuff.
Yeah.
So you would have thought someone in that area would have gone, we better take this over.
It's quite hard. It's the terrain. Basically, it's the terrain.
Right.
It's like, and a big theme of this book is that it's the whole book about how states are formed. And a lot of it is to do with factors to do with like what resources it has and whether those resources are easily what the author calls looted. So if you have wheat as your main resource, it's very easy for somebody to take all the wheat because it advertises itself. It's very obvious that the wheat is there. It's very obvious that the wheat harvest is coming. And so you can just turn up to somebody who's growing the wheat and say, well, that's actually ours. And you can store it for a long time. Whereas if you have things that are more like, oh God, I can't think of the examples now, like potato. I think even maybe potatoes, like you can hide them underground. They go off a bit more quickly. You can't store them as much. So lootable resources is one of his things. And then also caged land. So if you can kind of keep people, if you can stop people from leaving easily, that's another thing that will make it easier to set up your... I mean, the whole theme of the author, I would say, it's definitely a kind of, in very broad terms, you would say he's kind of anti-state. He doesn't really like, I mean, this is probably doing him a disservice, but like it's kind of about how states are basically ways of dominating people.
Right.
And if you don't want to be dominated, your best chance is to be somewhere where it's easy to escape.
I quite like being dominated.
Well, me too. I mean, and that's the reason I started reading the book. And there's nothing of that yet.
No.
I thought it was like 50 Shades.
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolute. I can't.
That's what we need to do next as well.
50 Shades.
We'll
I would like some scenes recommended for 50 Shades because I haven't seen the film.
I've not seen it either.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it either. But anyway, but if you do want to then run away and not be brought back under the control of the state, it's quite good to go somewhere like really inaccessible terrain. And I'm sure that's why this area is here in this part of the world, because it's like mountainous. If you know the land well, you've got a big advantage over any kind of invader. But I just had it blows my mind. 100 million people. This big area of land, not country, just there in plain sight. Just didn't know. Extraordinary.
Amazing.
Unbelievable that.
Good old fact there, Joe.
Thank you.
I think that brings us to the end.
It brings us to the end.
I'm just going to say my sentences like that now as well.
Brings us to the end.
I think that brings us to the end. I'm all fact out, Joe. I am all fact out. I'm really tired. I'm not going to be so tired for the next recording. I promise you. What have we learnt today? Well, we've learnt that the first hangover was 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, and they called it a hangover.
And they called it a hangover.
They've learned that you can put anything on the internet, even if it's a load of old shit.
We learnt that.
Right.
Oh, Lily Mae.
Right, no, I'm not going to go you, Lily Mae.
I mean, it really feels
Knock him
like
out.
You didn't. You.
I might have to.
Knock him out.
I might knock you out.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Off with his head.
Yeah.
Careful, she's the queen. We
point.
learnt that.
I never touched that swan.
Yeah. We learnt that you can fingerprint an anus. What was it?
See you scrolling.
It's because you didn't do it. We learned more about snakes.
We learnt a bit more about snakes. We learnt that there's a country that's not a country.
Yeah.
That's absolutely massive. Full of loads of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening. We hope that you have had a nice time. It doesn't necessarily need to be both. Or learnt something. Sorry, no, I didn't say
that. You tried.
Well, no, we hope that you've had a nice time.
I've really hit a wall. I didn't get much sleep.
Doesn't necessarily
night.
be both nice and a time. If you haven't had a time, I really don't know what to tell you.
Oh dear. We'll be back next week, armed with more facts, chats, and
shit splats.
Nice. We must have already done that one, surely.
You know what? I'm not sure we have.
Amazing that we haven't.
All I've got is XXX on mine.
I've got shit splats.
Oh, shit splats. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm supposed to have read that.
It's because I updated just one of the scripts.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I thought you came up with that yourself. I was like, well done, Joe.
No,
I
can't get to that kind of level.
Get in touch with us, please, if you want us to fact check something. Our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp is 07822034330. You can also follow us on social media at Joe and James Pod.
Don't laugh through it.
Do you know why I'm laughing?
Follow us.
I'm just laughing because I was literally just thinking of the last two episodes that we've recorded.
They're all right.
I was just like, that's like, I'm not 100% sure I like my name being put on the last 2 episodes.
I think they're fine.
It's good stuff.
It is, and my brain just went, "In it funny how you can just put this shit out."
I mean, this episode's going to be called "What About the Anus?"
All about the anus.
This
And
is
you
a
don't
good
want to
app.
stick your name to that.
This is a good app.
All about any anus stuff that you want to get to us, please, at Joe and James Pod. And if you've already forgotten those details, head to the podcast description. I'm going to go and get some sleep, and then we'll be back. I'll be back nice and fresh for the next episode.
You have a week's sleep.
I'm going to have
back
a
next week.
week's sleep, and we'll be back. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thank you,
Cheers.
everyone.
That's the end.
Bye.
Joe and James Fact Up.